Hi everyone, today we're going to be making these pockets, really easy pockets out of book pages. So let's get started. They're really cute, they're two pockets and just made from book pages. So what you want to do is get yourself an old ratty-tatty book. And what I did was I took two pages. I mean, you could use one, but I prefer to use two. So I glued some of these pages together already to show you. But what I do is I leave them in the book. So just leave your pages in the book. Take your stick, go up, around, and like this. Then adhere it together, and they stick really nice. Then you can pull them out. The next thing I did, and you can save these. These are like from meat. I save them, and I use them to put my acrylics in. And use them, and then you can discard them or you can use them again. So I went to Hobby Lobby and I got some inexpensive craft acrylic paints for like 49 cents. I got a bunch of them. You can see right over here. And I just put them in there. So the next thing I did was I put my pages down, and I use an old pan that is no longer used for cooking or baking. And I laid them out, and I just took you can see I have a bag full of these things, these makeup brushes, and I reuse them. And then I just put I put some acrylic paint on, and then I just go around, I wipe it up. Then when I'm done with that, I bring them into the living room, and I lay them out on a painter's cloth. So I have a whole... I probably have about 12 of these laid out. So what I want to show you is this is really a great idea. You're utilizing book pages that you're no longer using anymore. You have them. And so what I do is the next thing I did, and you can come up with all different patterns. This is just one idea. So I'm going to cut along the line of the book page. This is a super easy activity, and I'm just going to cut off the edges, and then if you want you can use some decorative book pages, and you can just, well, actually I should have just used these to cut the edges, but now that I didn't do it, I'm going to do it now. And I just curved it like so. Very simple. I'll do the next one together like that. So I'll line it up like this. Okay. And they don't have to be cut the same. I didn't cut the insides the same. So I'm just going to go like this, round it out. Now the next thing I'm going to do is glue them together. Like that. But before I glue it together, I'm going to distress it. So I have a bunch of book pages, and I'm trying to decide what I want to do. So the first thing we're going to do, this is pretty simple. Let me get the light on. One more light. Okay, here we go. So the next thing we're going to do is distress. And I'm going to take out the black soot, and I'm going to go around this and distress, and I'll be right back. So now that I distressed it, I want to put them together. So, you decide which way you want your pockets to go. And if you want, you can have your pockets so they go all the way through, or you can have them, you can glue it so that, like, you put glue this way, you seal off the bottom and the side so that you've sealed this off, or you can leave it where you just seal this side, and you leave it so that when you stick something in, it can go through here as well as here. I hope I'm making that clear. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to seal off the bottom, and I'll show you what I mean. And I hope this makes sense. So I'm just going to put glue halfway across the bottom, halfway across the top. And then I'm going to place that over it. So I'm sealing off the bottom. Okay, now the next thing I want to do is decorate it. So I have some ideas. I have butterflies from my paper packs, and I have pretty flowers. So I think what I'd like to do is take out one of these butterflies. So I am going to rip, because the ripping gives it more character than just cutting it out. And you just want to gently, carefully rip out your butterfly and go around like that, and around you go. Okay, now you may want to ink it. So I think I'm going to try using the green. Let's see what happens if this, it's a little bit darker than a blue that I really want. I really don't want this much dark blue here. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to fussy cut it. I'm going to change what I said. I don't want that blue because it really doesn't go well with the blue that I have on the pocket. I don't want them to fight with each other as far as color dominance goes. So what I'm going to do over here, see where these antennas are? I'm just going to cut them off, and I can always draw them in. Much easier than cutting. And then I want to show you another little cute little idea, which is kind of like, it's a doodle. We're going to doodle real easy a tulip on the outside of the pocket. And these are just suggestions. They're just ideas. I mean, there's so much you can do. Look at how much better it looks since I cut out the butterfly. It looks much better. Much better. And do I even want this butterfly here? I'm looking at this now. Oh my God, that looks gorgeous. Okay, so we're going to take this butterfly, and you're going in here, dear. And see, this is very simple, using paper that you may already have. Okay, and there you go. There you have it. Now, it's endless what we can do to decorate this. We can put a flower here. Not that one. Let's see, we could put a little flower up here. We could put clusters. We could put liquid pearls. And this is ballerina. So let's do it. We haven't done this in a while. So we'll do some stickles, or not stickles. Well, stickles makes this also. These are liquid pearls. And we're going to go down like that and around. And then they have to dry. They need at least, I would say, an hour to let these dry. And let's go around the top. And it just gives it a pretty little whimsical touch. Okay, so, and then I'll go around the bottom. Might as well, right? It's addicting. Once you start doing this, you want to keep doing it. Okay, so now we did that. And we're going to move that over to the side. And we're going to move this right up here where we can see it. And then I have another book page. This one right here. So I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to cut this one in half. And I'm going to make two pockets. Two pockets. So I'm just going to cut the sides the same. I'm going to turn it up. Here it comes. He hears me talking. It's like, who is she talking to? Hello, Mr. Baxter. Yes, I'm talking to my friends. I know. We're going to go for a walk after this. Okay, so now I have my 2 pockets, but I want to shape them. So you can make hearts, you can make circles, you can do anything you want. But I'm just going to, for the sake of simplicity, I'm going to do the same thing. So this one, I'm just going to go around like this, up like that. There we go. That's one. And then I'm going to do the same thing here. And around. And it almost looks a little bit like a heart, actually. Okay, so we got 2. So now I want to doodle on this one, so I'm going to glue these two together. And I'm going to show you a very simple doodle, extremely simple. So we're going to get a piece of paper and practice on it, and you can see what I'm doing. It's not going to be hard. But I want to distress this with the festive berries. So I'm going to get the dauber. And I know I should have distressed this ahead of time before I laid it down. I got a little impatient here. Okay, we're gonna get a piece of paper, and I'm gonna put it in like this because I forgot to distress before I stuck this pocket in, but that's okay. If that happens to you, don't worry. There are ways. Okay, so now you can see there are ways. So now that's been distressed all around, and we're going to move these things away. And the next thing we're going to do, I'm taking out a piece of scrap paper. So we're going to draw a little tulip on here with a pen or a marker. So a tulip. So we're going to do one leaf up and down. And I'm keeping my pen there. Can you see? All right. And then I'm going to go up and down, up and around. So I made the top of the tulip. Then I'm going to go down. And then I'm going to go, the leaves are usually big like this. I should have had more room here, but that's okay. And then I'm going to go down like this. And that is our doodle. And we're going to put that on here. So I think what I'm going to use is, I'm going to try using a black marker. Okay, let's use a black Sharpie. And you know what? You could also use a marker. Let's use a marker. Okay, let's try this. First time doing this. So we're going to go up and around, up and around, up and around. Then we're going to go down. Then we're going to go up and like that. And we're going to go up and like that. And I'm not so sure I really like the way that looks on top of the ink. So what I'm going to do is go over it like that. Up. And this is just supposed to be fun and playful. Yeah, much better. Up, down, up, and down. And it could be a lot better. Don't use the markers on top of the acrylics. There we learned something. Okay, so that is your second one. And that's it. I just wanted to give you some ideas of things you can do in your book. Don't use the marker on top of the acrylic. It doesn't come out as good, and that really didn't come out the best. But it gives you an idea of what you can do to put in your books. All right, get crafting. Have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.